Hello, welcome to day 1 of week 1. Today we're going to be working through the check-in process and talking a little bit about the reasons why we have certain parts of it. So make yourself comfortable. Have a glass of water or a cup of coffee if that's something you like to have. Get a notebook and pen and start to become present and connected to your body. So take a few deep breaths. And just let any parts of your body relax that aren't relaxed. Your shoulders, your neck, your face. Your back. And then we're going to start by asking ourselves what we're feeling. So this is the self-awareness piece. Emotion is the foundation for motivation, and emotions are also signals that tell us what we want, what we don't want, as well as where we're blocked. And so as we develop this connection to our emotions, which we'll practice throughout these exercises in the morning, we develop a better understanding of what is holding us back, what's blocking us, but also more clarity around what we really want and what we don't want. So take a few seconds to check in with yourself and ask yourself, I like to do it out loud, what am I feeling right now? Feeling into my body, what are the emotions that I'm feeling right now? And then write whatever comes to mind. It doesn't matter if they're contradictory. We can have a lot of emotions floating around in our body at the same time. It might take you longer than 30 seconds, and that's okay. And it's also okay if you don't feel anything. So I was someone who didn't feel a lot of emotions for a long time, or at least I wasn't aware of my emotions. And if I were to ask myself this same question 5 or 6 years ago, my answer probably would have been, I feel okay. I don't really feel anything particular. And it actually took some time connecting with my emotions over time, like you'll be doing in this course, to develop that connection, develop that awareness. So if that's what you're feeling is nothing, neutral, whatever, that's totally fine. And you're normal, and this is going to help. So write down whatever you're feeling, and then bring your attention back into your body and connect again. Take a few deep breaths. I like to close my eyes because it focuses my attention inside my body more. And now we're going to look at each of these emotions, and if they're unpleasant, we're going to ask ourselves, looking at this emotion or feeling into this emotion, is there any action I can take that would address this emotion? And if they are something we consider maybe a positive emotion, something that feels good to feel, we can ask ourselves, is there anything I can do from this? Like, does this emotion inspire me to do anything in particular? So if you're feeling grateful, you might be inspired to write out a thank you letter to someone. If you're feeling anxious, it might remind you that this anxiousness may be about not sending an email that you needed to send a few days ago, and it's something that you've been putting off, right? So these emotions are signals. They're not all signals, but some of them are signals, and so we want to connect those dots so that you are better aware of what your emotional signals are pointing out to you. And that's what this aspect of the morning self-connection process, the morning check-in process does. So look at what you wrote down and see what is coming up for you when you feel into each emotion. So it doesn't take long to just feel into each emotion. Some of them have things, some of them don't, and that's totally fine. And now, setting all of this aside, we feel into our bodies once more. So you check in with yourself. I like to, again, close my eyes. Take a few deep breaths. And ask yourself, what 3 things could I do today that would have me feel most accomplished? And there are variations to this question, right? It doesn't have to be that exact question. The goal is to connect you to your current circumstances, whatever is going on in your life, and to your overarching goals. So if you have jury duty today, you're probably not going to be able to do certain things. So don't put down certain things that are impossible to do or unrealistic to do. But there are certain things that you could do that would move you forward in some of your bigger goals, some of the things that you really want to be moving forward in. Also, if there are things that you automatically are doing, like doing a work review at the end of the day, even if that's really important, if you're already doing it, it's something that you don't probably need to put on this list. This is what you feel like would really have you feel accomplished, things that you aren't already doing. So, again, bring your attention into your body and feel into what 3 things could you do today that would have you feel most accomplished. Awesome. Great. You can write more than 3 things. Sometimes you'll end up with less than 3 things, but the goal is to feel into, again, your current circumstances, the day ahead of you, and how your overarching goals connect with the circumstances that you're going to be moving through today. And just writing down whatever feels like it's going to be important for you to take today. And then that's it. That's the morning check-in process. It's pretty quick, pretty simple. It's worth noting, again, that these actions aren't things that you have to do today. In the sense that you don't judge your success based on doing these 3 things. These are things that you're saying, I want to do, but they're not things that you should do. You do them because you want to do them, because you're going to feel better after doing them. you might feel better while you're doing them because you're doing something that might be uncomfortable. And it's moving you forward in your life. This whole course is about shifting out of doing things because I should do them to doing things because I want to do them. The reward is in the action. And the more you pay attention to how you feel when you take actions and how you feel when you don't take actions, for example, if you don't do any of the things that you wrote down, you might not feel good. And that's something that if you connect with over time, it's going to create an understanding that shows up in your life. That if I do the things that I want to be doing, I'm going to feel good about myself and my life. And if I'm not, then I might not feel good. And that's important. That's an important distinction to make, an important emotional, experiential connection to make. So good work. Do your life today. Go out and give effort to take the actions that you wrote down, the 3 in the last exercise. If some of the actions from step 2 carried forward to 3, that's great. If they didn't, that's fine. There's no obligation to do any of these, but there is sort of an intention that you're going to aim to do the 3 actions that you want to take today, because they're actions that you want to take today. And just feel into how it feels to do or not do those actions. That is the definition of success, is bringing awareness, at least as we move through week 1. So great, enjoy your day, and I will see you tomorrow morning.